My thoughts on episode 2, The Last of Us, Infected. Y'all, this was this was a crazy episode, y'all. I'm telling you, this was a crazy episode. The way this episode started, I really, I really thought I was watching something else because the way it came on, they said they are in Indonesia. So I was like, am I watching The Last of Us or? But as it was going on and everything, they were showing that this lady was in a restaurant eating. So I was like, okay. And then from there, they went into this lab and they was showing about this one person that had got infected from the virus. Now the man told her, when you go in there, you gotta put on something. So she put on this suit and stuff, so her face would be covered, whole body be covered. So she was looking at the lady leg and everything, but boy, I don't think she should have did that because when she did that and she had to open her mouth, and I was like, I almost turned away. I was like, I couldn't look at that, but she had to do what she had to do. She was trying to figure out some stuff about the virus and stuff. So she picked that up, and then she just dropped her pen and she just started screaming because we know about this virus. Like it is very serious up on this series, The Last of Us. So it was intense though. Like I said, this was definitely intense. Um, I really enjoyed this episode and everything. This episode was just had me all over the place. Um, and also that lady, she was saying that they should bomb the city. She just said bomb everybody. That's what she said. She said bomb everybody because, you know, she didn't want she didn't want nothing else to happen. So she just kept saying bomb the city, and she wanted to be with her family. So I guess I was like, all right, if you wanted to do that to try to slow the spread of the virus, but you know, that's what they wanted to do. So they had to keep bombing the cities and stuff to try to keep everything low. But this episode was good. So some of my favorite parts on this episode was when Joel, Ellie, and Tessa, they had to get in that they had to get in that dirty water. I'm sorry. They had to get in that dirty water, y'all. And I was like, nah, I couldn't have been me. They had to get in that dirty water. They was trying to go to another building, so they had to get in the dirty water and stuff. And then Ellie stumbled, and then she came across this dead body. And then Joe had his gun. He's about to shoot that thing, but it was just floating. So, and I was like, that was crazy. Then he had ducks in that dirty water, y'all. I was like, ain't no way. I was like, I really hope them ducks, they can just go away or something. But I will say Tessa, I mean all these actors are good, but Tessa, she is definitely a good actor and stuff. Her stuff is, her character is very, very powerful. I really like that. Her character is very, very powerful. So, this, Tessa really is a good actor and everything. And I remember Joe said he was from Texas. Ellie, she kept asking him questions about where he was from. He didn't want to answer. And I think Ellie had asked where all these infected people come from and how long they last. When Joe said they last for about a month, 2 months, or 20 years, I said, wow, 20 years? These infected people be lasting for 20 years? Like, it's just insane. So, Joel, Tessa, and Ellie, they kept on going. So, they had to go to this other building called the museum. They was on top of this building, and they had saw all these infected that was just right in front of them. So Tessa said they had to go to the museum. So y'all, when they got to the museum, it got crazy. It got so crazy. They got to the museum. They was tiptoeing, y'all. So they was tiptoeing. And then Ellie stepped on somebody's hand, and I thought the other hand was going to like grab her, but I guess that infected person was already dead. So I was like, well, luckily for her, because we know how these infected people is. Once they grab you, that's it. Because Tessa told Ellie, even though you are immune, they can still rip you apart and stuff. So that's what happened. They, you know, Tessa was just letting her know, you know, you gotta be careful out here. So this museum was crazy. So as they was going in there, they came across the two clickers. I was like, here we go with the clickers. Them clickers, they look just like in the video game. Them clickers look just like in the video game. It was so good. And I was like, they cannot make a sound. If you make a sound with them clickers, they are going to get you. So Joe, they was trying to tiptoe and everything, but of course some noise was made, and then Joe went hard on that. I'm telling y'all, Joe went hard on that. And then of course Tessa and Ellie was running, and then they tripped, and I was like, dang, I hope the clickers don't get them. But Joe went hard. Joe shot 2 of them, and then he had to reload his bullets. I was like, he doing that? I was like, remind me of John Wick. He was reloading his bullets and everything. So I was like, go ahead, Joe. You know, but he took him out and everything. So I was glad about that, because you know, those clickers, they once they grab a hold of you, that's it. You know, and Joe had took him down with his gun. He got that gun from the police in the last episode, so I was glad that he did that. And I was like, man, like this is good. I mean, I really thought this was a good episode. You know, that was one of my big highlights when they went into that museum, taking out them clickers and everything, and you know, it was just crazy. But to of course after that, next, once they got out from that museum, they was walking to this palace. The palace was like right in front of them. They was walking to this palace. So they checked this big truck, because usually whenever they check the trucks, it could be like guns and stuff in them sometimes. So I was like, okay, they get some more guns, they be good, and it can help them on their journey. So once they did that, they saw these blood tracks in the building. So immediately Tessa grabbed Ellie and they ran in that building. So the key thing about this, Tess had got infected, and it was this big mark on her neck. And I was like, damn, like, I already knew once she got that mark on her neck, she couldn't do nothing. So I was like, damn, she probably got infected when they was in that museum and stuff. So I was like, damn, man. I was like, Joe, he did not want to let her go. I'm telling y'all, Joe didn't want to let her go. So she got all the gasoline stuff. Like, she was tipping them over, pouring gasoline all around her. It was a lot of dead bodies around her. So because she didn't want the infected people, when they was on top of the building, to come in there. But we know those infected people, they come in groups and bundles and everything. So they started scoring. They was scrambling in there, y'all. They was going in there. And I was like, damn, they gotta get out of there. And Joe was looking at the door. He was like, I was like, you gotta get out of there, Joe. So I knew that Joe, he didn't want to let Tessa go, because like they like this close. They are like this close. So I was like, damn, man, like this, it was intense though. But it was okay, because Tessa, she got her lighter, and the clicker, the infected person, was right in front of her face. So he had bit her, and then she had the match. It kept flickering, and she finally got it on, and she threw it on the ground, and the whole building burned. I mean, the whole building burned up, y'all. I was like, damn. So Tessa burned up the place with Joe. Tessa burned up the place with all the zombies, so that Ellie could escape. So I was like, wow, y'all. That's all I could say was just wow. You know, I'm still in astonished after this because I was like, this was a great episode, you know. So now going into episode 3, I'ma say, how will Joel and Ellie get along without Tessa? Because Tessa was really holding them together, and Joel and Ellie, they still got to get accustomed to each other. So y'all know I'm looking forward to to the next episode. Definitely can't wait to watch it. It's gonna be good. And another bonus I will say, those actors that's playing as those infected people, they gotta be having the time of their life because they crashing into stuff, they running, they doing all these quick turns and they looking, and I'm like, they gotta be having the time of their life. But like I said, this episode was really good. I can't wait to watch episode 3. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Like, share, and subscribe. Can't wait to watch episode 3, y'all. Woo!